Okay folks, in this video lesson, we're looking at how we multiply fractions and how we subtract fractions. So in this first part, we're asked to work out 5/8 multiplied by 3/4. So to multiply fractions, okay, nice and easy, we multiply the top by top, bottom by bottom. So 5 times 3 is 15, over 8 times 4 is 32. So we have 15/32, okay, or 30 seconds as our answer. So 15 out of 32, or 15 over 32. Okay, so multiply the top by top and bottom by bottom. Next up, work out 2/3, subtract 1/4 or a quarter. The key whenever we're adding or subtracting fractions, guys, is to have a common denominator. So have a common bottom number. So the lowest common multiple, in this case of 3 and 4, we do 3 times 4 is 12. So we put both fractions out of 12, guys. Okay, to go from 3 to 12, okay, for the first fraction, we've times it by 4. So we're going to times the top by 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. For the second fraction, we times 4 by 3 to get to 12. We're going to times the top by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Now we just have to subtract the numerators. 8 minus 3 is just 5. So we get 5 out of 12, or 5/12 as our answer. The most important thing whenever we're adding or subtracting fractions, guys, is we must have a common denominator. Okay, you're looking for ideally the lowest common multiple, okay, or the lowest common denominator. Okay, that's not always very obvious. So if you're ever stuck or in doubt, just multiply the two bottom numbers together, and then if you need to simplify at the end, okay, you'll simplify. Okay, if it's not yet the lowest common multiple or the LCM. Okay, but you're always looking for a common denominator between the 2, 3, or 4, or 5 fractions if you're adding and subtracting. Okay, finally, obviously, it's not in the video here. If you're dividing fractions, you should adopt here the KFC method, which I'll do in a separate video. Okay, keep, flip, change. But if you're dividing fractions, only when you're dividing fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so you turn the second fraction here upside down, okay, and then you change it to a multiplication. Okay, but you're multiplying by the reciprocal of this second fraction. Okay, and again, I'll do a video, okay, on dividing here when there's an exam question. But yeah, let's say, I have 7/8 divided by I don't know, 3/4. Okay, you would keep the first number or fraction the same, you would flip the second fraction, and then you would change the divide to a multiply sign. Now you multiply top by top, bottom by bottom. 7 times 4 is 28, and then 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, that's a fraction which obviously can be simplified. Okay, divide top and bottom by 4, and we get 7/6, or 7/6. And then as a mixed number, it'd be 1 1/6. But again, I did actually pretty quickly there, but that is how we would divide fractions. You multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Okay, so you do keep, flip, change, or keep, change, flip, or copy, swap, flip. Okay, or essentially you are multiplying by the inversion of the second number or fraction. So you turn the second number or fraction upside down, you reciprocate it, and then you multiply that, okay, by the first fraction.